TV show Scout of the Past. In the previous episode, greetings from former East Germany. It's really dangerous to get lost in objects like these. You know, I'll tell you frankly, it's not cozy walking on such a roof. I'm telling you, these stairs are swaying. Well, you're not immortal. Impressive dimensions. We descended into the building's basement and found a laboratory equipment warehouse. Scout of the Past. Hello, folks. This show will again be about Ukraine, about aid to Ukraine, about the journey to the front lines right up to the zero zone. The zero zone means less than a kilometer to the contact line. First, I wanted to thank everyone. Thank you for contributing not only to making these shows happen, but generally to supporting Ukraine, because, you know, without you, there would be no support, no aid to Ukraine itself, and no shows. Now this journey will be about how we, with a group of people, with a convoy, will transport aid to the zero zone to hand over to Žvalgas for Lithuanians fighting in Ukraine to deliver the funds you've donated for a purchased and prepared vehicle. Know that without you, none of this would happen. Generally, I also wanted to ask those of you who still have the will, ability, and desire to support our activities. You know, we are very short of those funds. We really need them. And indeed, the situation at the front is very bad because with American aid having stopped, there's a severe shortage of ammunition, a severe shortage of weapons, and a shortage of people. The priority items that we need to acquire, buy, and deliver are drones, all sorts of drones, reconnaissance drones, commercial drones, FPV drones, and also all anti-drone measures, which are incredibly expensive. For example, an anti-drone rifle costs 18,000 euros. A dome designed for a transport vehicle, like this pickup standing behind me, which protects against drones, also costs 18,000 euros. Besides that, we've also started a project in Ukraine. From unused, old, sometimes broken e-scooters, we are making small robots, such ground drones. These are kamikaze drones, also used for demining. You know, at the front, the situation is truly very tense. The Russians absolutely do not count their own people. So you understand, since the beginning of the war, about 70,000 Ukrainians have been killed, while Russian casualties are already at 380,000. Statistics date in a video from 2024 too. As of today, in 2025, Russia has lost nearly 1 million people, including both killed and wounded. For example, there's a village in Avdi called Novomykhailovka, where I was in the summer, and material was filmed there, and shows were filmed, and it was shown on television. So now Ukrainians have almost completely moved out of that village. Already Russians are in control of part of the village, and I think that, well, soon, perhaps in a few weeks, that village will either cease to exist completely, or it will be taken over and controlled by the Russians. The situation is truly very complicated, very bad, and we really need all of your help and support. Once again, thank you to everyone who contributed. Hello folks, this is the show Scout of the Past. I am Sharunas, greeting you from Ukraine. Again, another trip to Donbass. Again, we're bringing aid, and now at this moment we are specifically driving towards Orikhiv, the town that already looks almost like Bakhmut. I'll show you soon. We're bringing a vehicle for Žvalgas. You can see Damandas driving behind me in the rearview mirror. We made a pretty good version of a Nissan Patrol. It was bought completely standard, and we made it a little more interesting. So I'll show it, present it. You'll see how and where we're going, who we're handing it over to, and what the car itself looks like. The roads here are so-so, quite frankly. Well, we've already traveled a large part of the way. We are in the city of Zaporizhia, and now that big SUV that's driving behind me, it's currently still on regular tires. We need to stop somewhere to change to mud tires because we drove 2,345 kilometers from Lithuania with it, and we didn't put on mud tires because, well, it's uncomfortable, fuel consumption is high, and the rubber is soft. The asphalt would have worn them down significantly over such a distance. So now we're coordinating with Žvalgas about about how and where we should do it. So now I'll let you listen to what Žvalgas is saying here about our next subsequent actions.
I also wanted to ask about the tires. Are you changing the tires in Zaporizhia? Will you put on the mud tires right away? In Zaporizhia, right? Yes, but Zaporizhia is the last point where it's possible to change them. There's nowhere else. You need to change them in Zaporizhia, and from Zaporizhia it will be several tens of kilometers. No, Orikhiv there. Well, consider it like Bakhmut. It's not there, that city. Consider it's not there.
Okay, so you roughly understood, right? That we're going to deliver the car to a place that, well, practically doesn't exist. So, okay, now we need to find a Sinomontaža tire service sign somewhere in Zaporizhia and try to organize the tire change. And I'll show you later what that car looks like. Those who don't follow me on Facebook probably don't really know what it looks like and what's been done to it. So we'll be leaving the city center soon. We'll find a tire fitting place somewhere on the outskirts, and news soon. We've arrived to change tires in Zaporizhia, near the edge. Behind me you can see the tire fitting shop. So while we're waiting in line, I'll tell you a little bit about this car, which has been nicknamed Zverizmas, Beastism. So the first thing, it's repainted. It's entirely covered with paint that isn't afraid of scratches. I can show you up close. Okay, an air intake snorkel is installed. The car can overcome water obstacles roughly up to the hood. The suspension is lifted by about 10 centimeters. When we put on those tires that are prepared for installation, it will rise another 5 centimeters, so it will be lifted by a total of 15 centimeters from the original. A special front bumper has been made, which can be used to lift the car. A winch is installed, the LED bar is installed. Oh, and here side extensions are installed so you can see them from the side to prevent splashing. There are a few more improvements at the back. Well, of course, this roof rack was made, it wasn't there before. LEDs are installed at the back, so it doesn't get so splattered when driving and provides more light. And the rear bumper has been redone, and as an additional extra, we installed a high lift jack with which you can lift the car very high and quickly, and you can attach it directly to those bumpers. So the car was fully prepared maximally in Lithuania. In Ukraine, we only left the task of changing the tires, and then we'll drive to Orikhiv. According to the navigation, it's several tens of kilometers to Orikhiv from here. So we'll meet Žvalgas soon. We'll hand over the car, and we'll also go to unload the cargo because it's also fully loaded. You can't see it very well. Oh, Domantas locked it. Domantas here has dry rations. There's a military diesel heater like that, and there behind me is a white minibus. It's also full of aid. There are 21 off-road tires. There are 7 or 8 drones and various other good things. Well, you'll see. We'll unload, hand everything over to Žvalgas, so you'll see everything soon. While we're waiting for our car to be fixed, we're walking around the lot. There are many military vehicles. It's like a museum here. There's one Navara, broken in half. It was a Mercedes. Interesting. A simple Nissan X-Trail. X-Trails are highly valued in war because they have a proper four-wheel drive lock. And look here, a night vision camera mounted on the hood. And inside there's a tablet. I don't know, I can't see it very well. Probably the glass is glaring. So they use such things, such devices, in places where it's undesirable to use car lights. You need to dim them, drive quietly and calmly without being lit up. So they put on nokniks, night vision devices, night vision cameras on the hood. And here's how a car should look, or how a car at the front looks. It came to the surface for a short time, completely broken in half. The spring is broken. The frame at the back was already, well, it was also broken before. That's what working cars look like. There's some more transport over there. Well, in short, this is already the very, very edge of the front, the outskirts of Zaporizhzhia city, the first intersection from the city's beginning. A lot of military personnel come here from the Orikhiv direction. They fix their cars here. Cars are left for repair. Tire workshops. Mud tires are the biggest deficit. Asphalt tires, as many as you want. Used ones are sold. Mud tires, they don't have a single one. Our car is waiting in line. Only one wheel left to change, but we ran into such a problem that 2 nuts were stripped, so we've already changed one. And this one we messed up ourselves. While tightening, we stripped 3 bolts. Well, not completely stripped, they are a bit worn. Coming up next, we've arrived at our accommodation for the night, a rug on the wall by the bed. So we're trying to construct a heating system. All the windows are covered so that light doesn't escape outside, and we don't get some kind of charge here. Scout of the past. So we ordered the bolts, they will arrive in a few days. We'll give the car to Žvalgas like this. We said the bolts will screw in, no big deal. Just for the future, it needs to be fixed to be better. It's not like they are completely stripped, but they are a bit, worn. So Žvalgas will come later, we've agreed. I've already called him, he'll come, put them on, we'll change those bolts, and the car will be in top shape. Soon, almost finished. It's getting dark, so we won't go to Orikhiv today. I don't know if we'll meet Žvalgas today. We're gonna spend the night in a village near the front, in some hut. And then tomorrow morning we'll continue towards Orikhiv. So we'll show you where our overnight spot is. He said they have a webasto for heating, so it's good that we have a webasto in the car. We still need to buy some diesel for the tank, and we'll warm up. Somehow we'll spend the night. It's good that we have military rations, because otherwise there would be nothing for us to eat in that village. Well, because it's, not very inhabited. Okay, we're finishing up. Last touch up. Look, he lowered the jack. The car didn't even go down much. All done, right?
Yes, of course.
What about the money?
Oh, wait a minute, I will tighten it for sure.
Just be careful with these nuts.
We have spare nuts. It should be normal.
In the previous video, the sun was still shining in the sky.
What did you say?
I said, in the previous video, the sun was still shining in the sky.
Well, damn, yeah, we've been messing with these wheels for, I don't know, maybe 3 hours until we got it sorted. Okay, good. Now we're gonna look for a place to stay. We've arrived at our overnight spot. Here's one car. And further on, my way. And here's the house where we'll be staying. Nothing around, empty. Because the only problem is that we don't know how we're gonna heat this house. Either we need to find some firewood somewhere.
We need TNT, it burns.
TNT, yeah, look. So maybe we can run the webasto through here, but we need to put something under it. But there's no webasto. We need fuel or diesel. But there is a stove. But there's no firewood.
Didn't you go around the house?
Did go around, but I didn't find any firewood.
Here's
one room.
Kuriame galima miegot.
And here a Christmas tree is left over from Christmas.
Eglutė palikta.
A rug on the wall by the bed. Well, in short, so inside the temperature is about 0, maybe a slight plus. So we need to figure out how to heat this building. At least one room where we can sleep. Well, plus, yeah, look, the drinks aren't frozen. So either we need to get firewood from somewhere, find it. We'll see, maybe in some nearby abandoned house we'll find some kind of storage with the neighbors. Or the other option is we have a webasto, we need to figure out how to connect that webasto and set it up, and maybe then we'll warm up, because something is made here, a bracket by the windowsill. This looks like it's for a webasto. Then maybe it was installed here because there's soot dripping. But if we put the webasto inside, then we'll fill the inside with smoke, and that will be bad. The webasto needs to be placed outside. And the webasto needs a 12-volt battery, and we don't have a battery. But let's take it out of the car and hope that the batteries won't discharge the webasto overnight. But I feel it's better for us to try to get some firewood and start the stove. But this stove will heat the building for us in a few hours. But whatever, we're not in a hurry. Kius, we need to figure something out. Hey guys, you know what? The Vieba store needs a 12-volt battery. So what, do we take it from the car and hope it doesn't discharge overnight?
It's possible, but then do you have wires if anything?
I have wires. Did you find any firewood anywhere?
No. Oh, we can use, I don't know, a charger. Maybe check the dashboard if it's 12 volts, what's written there.
This looks like a food storage man. That will be.
Look, Lithuanian military food.
Yeah, that's cool. Good. It's 9th one. We were here last time, we left it. Then what? Let's go look for firewood, shall we?
Einam ieškot malko, ne?
Wait, there's a life is in another house.
There is life.
Yra
Yes.
gyvybė.
Wait, we still need to load those tires somewhere. We need to unload things maybe here then.
Antenna.
Diesel, probably diesel. Okay, locked. Let's go figure out what to do next.
Domantai.
Tumantas, what did you say you needed?
Sakai reikia.
Look what I found.
Ooh, a grenade.
Don't take it by the pin.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll give you the pin back.
No, no, no.
A good American one?
Aha.
Okay.
This is not a toy.
Of course, it's not a toy. Here, catch it, Valdai.
And one such lesson, you get a lesson. And that's it, a lesson for life.
Okay, let me put it back in its place. So, it's good that we had one more Vēl Vastos, so we're trying to construct a heating system. We brought a table, a box, and we'll run the air duct through the window into the room. Now, the problem is that the Webasto needs 12 volts. We don't have a battery only in the car, so we don't want to use them. But Dumant has found an adapter from some set-top box from an antenna. We ripped it out, so we'll try to make a 12 volt from 220 volt from that set-top box and connect this. We are to connect to the hoses. We just need to unbend the hose now. Did you screw that on?
Well, a little bit.
It should hold, it will hold. Well, okay, the air filter is also fine, everything. Well, what we connected the electricity, the moment of truth, the screen works. And soon we shall be able to start the heating. We'll have it. Okay, we won't freeze. Well, we managed to sort it out, finally, from that 12-volt charger. It didn't work, there wasn't enough current, so we just took the battery out of one car and connected it, so there.
Pučia. Šiltas oras.
We're getting ready for dinner. And then, well, we'll go to sleep. So we took 2 rooms here. Duamaso, close the door maybe, so the heat doesn't escape. We'll warm up 2 rooms, and I'll just show you our setup.
Parodysiu tiesiog mūsų ūkį. Čia
Here
va.
is the main large room. Dumatas came, closed the door neatly.
5 stars.
The heat is coming from our... Look, that pay attention that the windows are all covered so that the light from inside doesn't escape outside and we don't get some kind of charge here.
Nesklistų į lauką ir mes negautumėm kokio nors čia užtaiso.
In here, my apartment, I have my own personal ones. And I hope it will warm up a bit here while we need to go to sleep.
Kol reikės eit miegot.
Here's my uniform. A little dirty.
Purvina.
Romantai, look. Oh, you have a mat.
Yes, I have. And Jonas has his own. And Valdas. So just use a mat.
Well then, One on here, two can fit here. Here are some wipes you can wash up. You know what else we don't have, or maybe you have it somewhere, or maybe we'll unload it. We need a bag for trash.
There's one at Svoger's. Well, then I'll endure somehow.
Well, and we'll also celebrate Christmas. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, click subscribe, and be the first to see our latest journeys. And of course, don't forget to support Ukraine. In the next episode, well, and we've arrived at the location. We are in Orikhiv. We've already met Osvaldas. He's standing right behind me.
We see the most recent Kabe that has landed, a Russian-guided aerial bomb.
There isn't a single undamaged house around here. We are now in our headquarters, and we are safe. Scout of the past.